And your dad is the other J in J&J Taqueria,
Yes,
right?
yeah,
The other
yeah, yeah.
Jose.
Yes, that's correct.
So at that time, when you all were starting to make these moves to really get a location, and in addition to the food truck, were you married at that time
Yes,
already?
I was married. I was like
Okay.
maybe not married, but I was in a relationship.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And like, was it easy to because the restaurant business, it's tough. Like the hours are nonstop.
Hmm.
It's a lot of work. You're on your feet all the time.
Yes.
Was it easy to deal with the demands of the restaurant, knowing that what you wanted to do and how you wanted it to grow, and like your home life and your relationship?
Yes, it is hard. Everything, maybe I think that implies time
Right.
and decisions, and you
Right.
have family responsibilities.
Right.
It's hard, but the thing, the main part in this is about your passion to do things that you like,
Right.
and you're gonna figure out a time. You're gonna figure out how to handle that, and if you have the person who's gonna give you the support and try to help you out, because we're starting from scratch, we're starting from the bottom.
Right. Yeah.
It's something that we are building, and we need to understand that at the beginning we gotta pay the price. It's something that I have learned since been growing up in a family. I would say we haven't been poor or like in the need of food or something, but God being so merciful that we always have something to eat. But the economy wasn't the greatest. We always gotta have to wake up, look for for that money to come in. So you know
Access to capital to
yeah.
get the buildings. Yeah.
So I guess it was the passion that I had that I accommodate and figure out how to handle and manage my time. Because believe me, restaurant business is a really tough industry.
Yeah.
It's really tough, but and like I say, we have been a really close family that we always helping each other. So when I was kind of like down or don't want to do it, someone was stepping out, stepping in.
What made you feel like you didn't want to do it sometimes? Like when did you get into that space?
I guess it's like you say at the beginning, the difficult times, the life, personal things, that sometimes you guys struggle, sometimes you get tired. Um, life is not easy. Sometimes you go through phases on your lifetime that are really hard, and and if you don't have someone to motivate, or you don't have something to gather from, it's gonna be hard to go out, to go to the next phase. Or
Who was the motivator? Like where did you when you were going through the difficult times? Who was the motivator? Where did you get that strength from?
at the beginning of J&J, my family was the motivator at the beginning. You know, passing the years, first year on business, second year of business, third year on business,
Yeah.
and not seeing what I wanted to see as a human and as a business person uh, was hard. So that's when something like, um, you know, it's getting tougher because you put in too much into it and you don't see nothing coming.
Right.
You put in your time, you put in your family, you put in, all your ideas, and not seeing nothing is like you gotta think you're doing something wrong. And in that time, I had I was young, I had issues with, alcohol, uh, bad habits, entertainment things, and sometimes that was kind of like my getaway. But when you get to a point when you see that's not gonna take you nowhere, you know, there when there is a time when you get to realize you gotta do something else or think on something else.
Right.
And in that point, I was like, I was just trying to see if I get some help from, also for my family, but also from like a psychiatrist or something, because my issue was kind of big at that time. Um, One of the things that I remember is one day when, you know, my marriage got so tough.
Right.
Um, it was time to decide, what to do. If we're gonna keep going, or we're gonna split up and follow our. But
Like just go your own way.
yeah, we're on the wrong ways. But I remember that from some I don't know where my wife just having a talk each other, saying we have worked in this for many years, 3 4 years.
Right.
We have too much time, too much money. We gotta look somewhere else. And I remember she bringing out this comment and say, why don't we start go to church, or why don't we start to go to see, look for God.
Right, right, right.
And at that point, I wasn't spiritual or religious, nothing at all.
You weren't there.
Nah, I was nothing.
Yeah.
But in the feeling of working out my relationship and my marriage, I was like, I can do it.
All right.
I can do it for you. I can do it for our relationship. So I guess we started to join this relation place, listening and thing, and
Like a counselor.
something like that. Something like that. And after like 6 8 months, 1 year, things started to change, and I would say now it started to change. Something happened to my life. I remember um, having all these problems, having all these issues, and after uh, join and looking for something that I never knew it was gonna happen. Um, I got impacted by the grace of Jesus Christ, and that changed my whole life, changed my whole vision of life, changed my whole, the way I was looking and doing things, where, I would say a new chapter began in that time.
Right.
At that time, a new chapter began in my life where food was not excluded from my life,
Right.
but at this point, food wasn't my first priority, because, if I wasn't doing good, everything was gonna go,
Right. Right.
to a point where it was gonna be the end. So uh, having this transformation in my head, having this transformation in my heart, just started a new chapter in my life.